100%. And I just adore the way you have nurtured this Tuesday call and made it what it is. Hosting is something that, you can never, it's only one first impression, right? And so you give everybody that first impression when they come on this Raw Choices call every Tuesday. And it's the best impression they can ever have because we are professional. We are prompt and everybody is ready to go because you are there leading the way. So thank you so much for all you do for us as well. Hello, 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 everybody. Can you hear me out there in Zoominar land? Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, 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 yes. I am super excited, you guys, because number one, our bingo has started. Everybody is going crazy with the bingo. We already have about 20 bingo winners. I'm really excited about it, and I wanted to give you guys some information. I've got maybe hands down, no exaggeration, probably 200 questions in my inbox on my phone. A lot of times people just don't read their emails, but I'm getting questions nonetheless. And I want to make sure I clear up a couple things. I also want to make sure I go over the training from Sunday because we did have some technical difficulties. And there are so many people who were just taken away by the training because it, offered so much in the way of booking group trips and turning that individual trip into a group trip. So I wanted to kind of briefly go through a couple of things. I have done the recording and I will be posting the recording for the training a little bit later after our training today. But there are a couple of things I wanted to touch on specifically for you guys, okay? Now, the one thing I want to make sure is I answer all the questions. Okay, I want to go through the bingo. I want to make sure you guys know exactly what you need to do to get these fabulous prizes. Now, $10,000 in prizes sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot when you have 1,200 people participating in bingo. So remember, urgency, 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 urgency is key. Make sure you don't wait until tomorrow to do what you could do today because that one day might take away your bingo, okay? Because it's going to go by the time. Now, what you guys need to understand is the bingo, when you submit your winning bingo card, it's time stamped. Okay, that's why I love that system because as you're uploading your information, you're uploading all the stuff, it's going to be time stamped. So the first, 25 bingos are going to get a certain prize. The first 25 X's are going to get a prize. The 25, just like that. So depending on when you put in your information will determine if you win or not. Now, I know that there's some supporting information that you have to provide when you are doing your bingo, okay? You guys can still hear me, right? I've had some questions, so let me answer these questions now so every single person can get the information needed to bingo properly. Now, I had a question right before we got on here about the Advantage Direct square for bingo. Here's the thing. Bingo was put together to have a fun way to not only learn more about your business, but to make some money as well. Okay? Make some money, learn more about your business, entice some business partners, just kind of do all the different aspects of evolution while playing bingo. So the idea of Advantage Direct, of course, is for the agent to have an opportunity to have discounted travel, right? That gives you the opportunity to stay for a week in Las Vegas for $113. But it also gives you the opportunity to resell that same condo to somebody for $1,000 and make about $900. So the square says to advertise a Advantage Direct trip. So you don't want to advertise the Advantage Direct trip using your travel agent rate. You're not going to make any money that way. The idea is to use Advantage Direct to put together a trip so that you can get a customer. So if you find the trip is in Colorado, in the mountains, or it's in Hawaii, or it's in the Bahamas, or it's wherever, I would definitely pick whatever trip pops up first because, the closer the trip, the least expensive it's going to be. Weekend getaway right away. Guess what, you guys? I have a weekend getaway for next week. Are you tired? Are you stressed? Do you want to get away for a little bit? okay, here's a trip for you for $500. Now the trip will probably be advertised as $200 or $100 or whatever, but you're trying to lure in customers for that last minute vacation so that you can, number one, make some money, and number two, gain a customer. Number three, learn how to work your business, okay? So that is the idea behind the Advantage Direct, is actually to advertise an Advantage Direct trip to gain a customer and make some money. I want everybody to walk away from bingo with a little extra change in their pocket to do something else, okay? When we go play bingo, we want to win. So either you're going to win by going bingo, or you're going to win by getting some more business partners, or you're going to win by booking a trip. But I want every single person involved in bingo to definitely win some kind of way, okay? So that is the idea behind the bingo. Let's see. Okay, so the other part of it, you guys, NCL. I've gotten a lot of questions about NCL training, about Disney training, so about the PTA training, about the Akimbo card, the A card, I call it the A card. So the question is, the training or the bingo started February 25th. Well, what if I got my card before February 25th? What if I did my PTA training before February 25th? What if okay, that's fine. Those are things you can't do after February 25th. It would make sense that if I've already done my Disney training before February 25th, of course, you can mark that square off. There's no way to redo it. There's no way to order another card. You're not going to redo your PTA training. So of course, so those of you who have been already active in their business, you are being rewarded for doing that stuff prior to the bingo. So of course, you can go ahead and mark that stuff off, okay? Things like bookings. Well, I did a booking last week. Does it count? No. Bookings have to be done after February 25th, 8 a.m. It has to be done after that time, okay? So in payments, all that stuff has to be done after the time. Somebody asked me today, I'm looking at questions, you guys. I signed somebody up last week. Does that count? No, it does not count. Things that you can do after February 25th have to be done after February 25th. So it has to be a new agent after February 25th or after 8 o'clock a.m. on February 25th, okay? So that's another question. Now, here's a good thing too, as far as like buying your convention ticket. I already bought my convention ticket a long time ago. Does that count? Yes, it counts. You've already did it. So you're going to be rewarded for it because you didn't procrastinate. You've already done it. So of course you can mark that box, okay? You guys have any questions that I'm not catching? Okay, how do we get all the homework? The homework is listed. If you all have subscribed, okay? If you go to, this is what it is. Super simple. Somebody put it in the chat box, you guys. Week1.info, week2.info. Week 3 is the only one that's different. Week 3 says week3.xyz, okay? That's it. Week4.info, week5.info, week6.info. Are you getting the pattern? If you go to each of those, you will get the homework. Week1.info, week2.info, week3.xyz, week4.info, week5.info, week6.info. That's all you have to do, okay, to get what you need. Now, once you register, what I'll do, probably I'll do it tomorrow. I'll send out on your bingo email, I'll send out some information about the homework, okay? Because I did send out an email before, so I'll resend that same email out to all of the recipients. Somebody says, once we submit the bingo card, can we keep playing if these are squares? Yes, absolutely. You're going to have squares left until you black out. You guys, the final blackout is a 7-day cruise. Okay, when I saw the 7-day cruise, and it's not like one of those certificates where you got to pay this money, wait for a day, wait for this, wait for that, and then you got to pay this and you got to pay. No, the taxes are included. All fees are included. Even the gratuities are included. The only thing you have to do is get you some cute clothes and hop on the ship, okay? Everything else is included for 7 days for you and somebody else. Now, depending on the days, you guys, I am available. So if anybody wants to take me, that's completely okay. I can go. hey, I can go. So if you need a second person, you can definitely take me. Okay. Now let's see. Somebody says, how do you get quote numbers from FunJet? When you go to Vax, there is usually a quote. When you book or something, you do a quote, there's a number. Because when you go back, you can save it. There's a button that says save. If you save it, there's going to be a number that populates. If you can't figure it out, you can't find it, you can't save it, guess what you can do? Screenshot it. Okay, screenshot it, but you can definitely save it. When you save it, a number is going to populate. Let's see. Jackie says, I need a bingo card. Jackie, if you haven't registered for bingo, sweetheart, it's over. Registration is closed. Let me see. So you'll have to pay later. Not pay. You have to play next time. Let's see. How do we do a quote square? So a quote square, let's say you somebody calls you and they want, now this is another thing. So when you're doing your Advantage Direct, you have to understand that sometimes these different assignments will give you another assignment. So if you do the Advantage Direct square, somebody likes it and they're like, okay, hey, that looks good, but I can't go those days. Can you check and see how much that trip to Jamaica is going to be in 3 weeks? Sure, I can do a quote for you, right? You post the Advantage Direct square and it says Las Vegas next weekend, $400, and your friend sees it and says, hey, that looks like a good price. How much is it for August? Now you're going to do a quote. So it's set up for you to win on every way. If you just follow the steps, you're going to win some kind of way. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions on here? Let me see. Where do we turn in our keywords during bingo? Okay, so you don't turn in your keywords. I need you guys to really listen to all the instructions, read all the emails, get all this information. The keywords are written in the box. So for Nikki Lee Live, for those of you who participated in Nikki Lee Live today, there are 200 and I don't know, 50 people on there today. If you go to that box, you're going to put in the keyword that she gave you today in that box and then put the X. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to update. I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. I'm going to update the winners form, and it'll be a section for you to put in the keywords. So let me put on here keywords update form. Okay, so Lavis, I'll take care of that. I'm gonna put the keywords in there. Okay, not a problem. Okay, any other questions? Because I'm gonna get to some other stuff. Woo, y'all got a lot of questions. Okay, it says bingo 39 says 38. That's okay. We understand. That's fine. Just go ahead and take the one that you're supposed to, like that was in that download part. We know. Thank you. There are only like 4 of you who have that card, but we know. How do we upload the bingo? You have to save it into your laptop, your phone, your computer, whatever you're using, and then upload the picture. Take a picture of it and then you upload it. I put my quotes on a quote sheet. Can I use that? Take a picture of it and submit it. As long as there's a number, quote number or something, then yeah, you can do that. A quote sheet, sure, you can do that. It's not real complicated, you guys. We're just trying to keep everybody honest and make sure you're actually doing what you say you're doing. That's all. Let's see. Are we able to count Sunday's training towards bingo? No. You'll have to count next Sunday coming up. And I changed the time. So bingo is over Monday at 5. Okay. It's not over Sunday at 12. It's over Monday at 5. So you guys have a full week to do everything. What about our new agents who just signed up? They can't play. If they started after bingo registration was closed, then no, I'm sorry. They won't be able to play this time. They should have started before, because I'm sure you've asked them more than once. Raw and uncut, right? Okay, so how do I get my bingo card registered? You don't get your bingo card registered. You had to register in order to get a bingo card. That's the only way you could have gotten a bingo card is if you registered. What if somebody wants to use their Sky Miles? They can use their Sky Miles. Let me see. How do I mark off boxes electronically? I don't know. You should print your bingo card out and use it that way. I didn't get the keyword. Okay, here's the thing. The keywords are given out on every single live call. So when you're on a call, at the end of the call, they're going to give you the keyword. Okay. Here's another thing. You guys are in luck because you are going to have 3 chances for wild cards, which is super cool. 3 chances for wild cards. I'm not going to tell you when. I'm just going to let you know 6 hours before it's available, you will have a chance. You'll get an email, and the email will say you have a wild card. If you participate in X, Y, and Z, you'll get a wild code, and you can actually use that code for any square you want. So maybe you don't have the money for a convention and you participate in the wild card code, right? You can cross off convention. Or maybe you don't have time to do the Disney training. You can participate in the wild card and cross off a square, anything that you need. So that wild card, actually, I'll tell you guys now, there will be a wild card opportunity tomorrow. So make sure you check your emails because there will be a wild card opportunity tomorrow. Okay, I want everybody to win. I'm gonna give you every chance possible. Okay, let's see. It says, what's the code word for texting the 55222? There is no code word. Once you text the 55222, you can screenshot the screen or whatever. You've already done it. You just have to text that the evolution of 55222. It's on the bingo card. Okay, let's see. Quotes from Carnival have no number. Screenshot it. Just screenshot it. Screenshot it and save it and upload it when you need to. Okay. Kiki said, is it Eastern time? No, Kiki, is Pacific, darling. Thank you. We need founders time to evolve webinar on Sunday. Yes, and you'll be able to do that because it's over on Monday. What else? Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific. What if we don't get on webinars at the time, but you catch the recordings? There will be no recordings available for any of the webinars. For you guys who are making the sacrifice to get on the webinars the recordings will be available after Monday, but there will be no available webinars because here's the thing, you're getting the keyword on the webinar. So those people who are listening to the webinar at that time are the only people who will be able to get the code word. But for the information, the presenters will have the webinars available after Monday, okay? This is $10,000 on the line, you guys. It's a free cruise on the line. We need to make sure we do what we got to do, okay? Let's see. Need a wild card for Disney. Yeah, a lot of people need a wild card for Disney, so make sure you guys pay. Okay, so for those of you who are not getting your emails or whatever, make sure you check your spam. Go in there and search Evo Bingo, and the emails should pop up because I'm sending you guys all the information, okay? All the information. What do we need to submit? Active member of faith, not an active member on Facebook. You want to be an active member in the Evolution Travel page. So just make sure you're a member in the Evolution Travel page. That's an honor system type situation. If you're in there, you're in there. Okay. What if you sent the text but it didn't go through? Then you need to talk to your phone provider and let them know that you would like to allow short text. It's called short text. So you want to make sure you allow short text, okay? They can just go ahead and flip a switch and give it to you. What if I missed the first keyword? Can I go back to see Nikki Lee live from 1 p.m.? No. She will not post it until Monday. But Nikki Lee will be available again on Saturday at 1. So for those of you who missed Nikki Lee today, she'll be available on Saturday. And guess what the training is going to be about on Saturday? You guys are going to love it. I requested it special. The training for Saturday is going to be about using Airbnb, about booking villas, about booking luxury houses. Like, so, you have a group of people who want to go to Jamaica, a group of people who want to go to Cancun or, the Bahamas or whatever, and they want to book an entire house, and they want to have like a chef or a driver or whatever. She's going to teach you on Saturday how to book those type of things, how to use Airbnb, how to book those houses. So super excited about that training on Saturday. I know a lot of people are trying to get that type of training. So Saturday's training is going to be the bomb. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys a little hint for those of you who are on here. Even if you saw the training today, I would definitely recommend you seeing the training on Saturday. Hint, 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 hint. And that's all I'm going to say. Let's see. Zoominars are the same ones available every week. Yes. Thank you for this motivation for my business. You are welcome, darling. Okay, somebody says, not me, I have Disney. Okay, you can use your wild for something else. Somebody says they need to use the wild card for her life. Baby, okay, I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, I just finished Disney training today. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Okay, so for NCL, you guys, you need to request a password. You don't go to the NCL site to try to register. You have to go into your travel cafe, use your you guys help me, my mind just went blank. Use the form to request your password. Come on, y'all, help me, my mind went blank. I know what it is. Supplier request form. Use the supplier request form and request a password for NCL. Make sure you do it right now so that you can get that password in the morning. NCL is not a long training. It's a very good training. But let me tell you what else. You will receive 40% off of all cruises for the rest of your entire life after you're done with that training. Also, after you have booked 5 cruises within, no, not 5. I think it's 3. Maybe it's 5 now. After you book that, they'll also give you a free cruise. Okay, so you don't have to book the 5. You just have to do the training. Okay, let's see what else. Somebody says they can make it Saturday. Great. What if you print out the bingo card and don't have electronic one? You don't have to. I mean, I printed my bingo card out too. You can take a picture of it with your phone. Just take a picture of it and upload it with your phone or whatever. What about those of us who have already gotten our card completed, our travel trainings? Do those count? What travel? Yeah, anything you've already done for trainings, yes, they count. Okay, let's see. I'll be on Saturday. I'll be on a plane Saturday. Sorry, Michael Clark. Try to tell them that you need to some Wi-Fi on that plane. You won't be on the plane all day. Let's see. Okay, you guys. Okay, so I think that's it. Somebody who has booked a car rental through Expedia goes to pay at the counter. Does that count? Yeah, you booked it. As long as you booked it, you're fine. Okay, so just book it, screenshot it, and you'll be good. Thank you guys, Apply Request Form. Can we mark off Disney training if we did it? Yeah, you can. If you've already completed, definitely mark it off. You're fine. How do you get to Advantage Direct? Okay, so that's your homework. How do you get to Advantage Direct? You go to your travel cafe. Okay, let's see. Wildcard. Okay, wildcard is to be used on any square. Yes, any square for the wildcard. You guys will have 3 wildcard opportunities. 3. I know you guys are excited about that, because imagine if you have 1 more square left and you're about to win the cruise and the wild card comes up and that wild card gets you your cruise. You guys have no idea how useful these wild cards can be. Okay, super cool. All right, let's see. I think I got everything. Okay, perfect. So what I want to do, you guys, is talk to you about the training from Sunday. How many of you guys were on the training from Sunday? Okay, good. Yeah, there are about 600 of us on the training from Sunday. The tech was the tech problems were crazy, right? Super crazy. But what I've seen, even though we had so many problems, I've seen so much growth from people that are doing bookings. So I wanted to just talk to you guys a little bit. The recording is done. I will release it tonight. It'll take them forever to upload. I don't know. So I just want to go through this really quickly. And if you received the payment after yesterday, yes. Go through it really quickly to give you guys some brief information, okay? So, Deja, could you go to the first slide for us so I can go through this stuff, you guys? Now, we talked about being the difference. We talked about the difference between us and using the internet, or, you know, using these, you know, JoeBlow.com travel, Priceline, Hotwire, Orbitz, whatever. What is the difference between you and them, right? You want to personalize the vacation process for your clients and make sure they understand that using you is a lot better than using an automated system that's not going to give them personalized service. They need to understand what you offer, who you are, what you specialize in. What do you guys specialize in? Those are things that you guys specialize in. Who specializes in cruises? Who specializes in vacations, like weekend getaways, or all that stuff? Like, what do you specialize in? What is your specialty? That's really important. Like, when you're sending an email, put your name: Tony Ward, cruise specialist; Tony Ward, destination wedding specialist; Tony Ward, luxury travel specialist, whatever, because that's going to stick in their mind. And the word specialist lets them understand that you're not only a professional, but you're an expert in some field. And working with an expert is a lot different than logging on to johnscheaptravel.com and trying to find a trip. Okay, so you are definitely solidifying your foundation with the travel, and you're standing out, and you're giving them your brand. Okay, when you automate the process, now this training actually is showing you tools you can use to automate the process. So you have no excuses about not being able to call your customers, talk to your customers, answer the phones. I didn't get your message, I didn't see whatever. It takes all the excuses away for not only your client, but for you too. And it keeps that stream of communication very professional and smooth. Okay. It also showed you how to use your resources and all that. Keep up with the Joneses, and don't overcomplicate stuff. It is what it is. So somebody asks you a question. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody where you've asked them a question? It's a basic yes or no answer, but they give you a 30-minute explanation for a yes or no answer. Has anybody experienced that, or just me? Has anybody experienced that, where you just want a yes or a no, but they want to give you 500 different words to say yes or no, right? I had this, let me tell you guys a funny story real quick. Y'all know I'm silly. So I had this guy, his name was Francisco, love him to death. He worked for me for like 10 years. And Francisco, English was his second language. But I would say, Francisco, well, what do you think about this? Do you think I should get A or B? And I just wanted him to say A or B. But because he was learning English, he wanted to say all the English words he knew to get to A. And I'd be like, Francisco, you could have just said A. So it kind of minimizes all of that. It doesn't overcomplicate things, and it gives you, yeah, somebody says they're long-winded. Yeah, it gives you what you need right away. Your time is valuable. Sometimes you have time for a long conversation, and sometimes you just don't. But it just gets you what you need exactly, so you can get the stuff done. Okay, because as you start to be more automated, more professional, getting yourself out there, you're going to have so many clients and so much stuff to do. You're going to need time to, do the research and get everything situated. And you're just not going to have time for all of that. So he who provides the most solutions gains the most customers, you guys. That is key. So always look for the solution in anything you're doing for your customers. Okay. You want to make sure, like on the next slide, you want to be authentically you, right? You want to make sure that no matter what you're doing, you're true to yourself, okay? I'm a little different. Okay? And I love that about me, because I'm unique in my own special, fabulous way. And so I own it, but I'm always still professional. I'm very creative, right? And I want to be creative, and I want to do things for my customers in a creative way, something that they can't do themselves online. Remember, be the difference. What's the difference between you and the internet, right? I'm gonna personalize it. I'm gonna brand myself. I'm gonna work smart and use the tools that I'm gonna show you guys in this video. And you always got to think individual. Even though you might be working with a group of people, or let's say you guys have a group. Let's say you have a group of 50. You have a group of 50 individuals. And that's what you have to remember. Now, listen, this is the good part, because let's say somebody comes to you and they say, hey, can you book my family reunion? There's 50 of us. We're going, on a trip to Jamaica. It's all my family. Could you book it? Of course, you have your main client, right? As your main client, now you have 50 other clients, which is super cool, because now you are the personal and private professional travel agent for 50 people. Just because that one person booked this trip, you have now taken ownership of each individual that's going to participate in that trip. And that's how you have to look at it. When you send that email out, you say, hello, introduce yourself. My name is Tony. I'll be handling your family vacation. I am your personal travel agent. Okay, I can help you do anything you need to do with this trip or any future trips you might have. That's a perfect opportunity for you guys to gain additional customers, and they're going to love it because they're not grouped into this big lump. They're an individual that's part of an experience. And you have to make sure you do that with your customers because they love that, okay? On the next slide, exactly what it says. Same exact trip, different client. You can have multiple clients within the same booking. They should each feel special and unique. How many of you guys have more than one child? Does everybody on here, a lot of people on here have more than one child? How many of you guys have more than one child, right? You might have 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, but don't you make every single child feel special? Every child is gonna feel like, I'm mommy's favorite, I'm daddy's favorite, I'm grandma's favorite. I know, and I say this all the time, you guys, I'm God's favorite. I say I'm God's favorite child. Yes, he loves you guys too, but I'm his favorite because he makes me feel that way. So with your clients, you want them to feel like they're your favorite client. You don't want them to feel like, oh my God, I'm her worst client, I'm a nuisance, I'm always, I'm her favorite client, right? You make them feel special. So when you individualize people within a group trip, you're showing them that they matter alone. So they won't feel uncomfortable about coming back to you later on to book something else. Oh, hey, Tony, remember me, your favorite client, right? Could you book something for me? You want them to feel comfortable to come back to you no matter what, okay? They have to feel special, and just like your kids. So I have this group, I have this lady. Let me show you guys this background. So I have this lady, she came to me, fabulous lady, super cool, like her a lot. And she was like, Tony, I'm turning 40. I want to do something special for my 40th birthday. Can you help me out? Figure out what I should do. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do? I just mean that some of my friends or whatever, we just want to go on a trip. Okay, what about a cruise? A cruise sounds good. I want to go like to the Bahamas or something. Okay, cool. Let's put together a cruise for the Bahamas. How many friends you want to go? I don't know, like maybe 5 or 6 of us. I'm like, okay, well, if you have 10, you can get your cruise for free. And she said, well, you know what? I can probably get 10 people to go. Yeah, that would be good. I said, okay, well, cool. Let me put something together for you so that you can get it out there to your friends and then they can get excited about it. She said, okay. So Kiana, I made her a flyer. This is Kiana. Now, let me tell you guys this. I am so untech savvy. If I could put girl, let me tell you, I don't know how to do anything on the computer. It's trial and error is how I get to where I'm going. So if I can do this, I promise you, anybody and everybody on this line can do this, okay? This was done on PowerPoint. I did a PowerPoint training on how to do flyers or whatever. Super simple, easy, put it together, made a little table with the information. But guess what? Kiana loved it, right? Her picture is there, her name is there, the information is there. It's specific to her. She now feels like a VIP client with all her own personal advertising and everything. So guess what she did? She took this flyer and she went crazy, right? So when she went crazy, yes, Google is your best friend. I remember when I made that up, I didn't Google, I just played all day. But she took this flyer and she posted it on her Facebook and her social media and went crazy with it. So a bunch of her friends whose birthday is the same day as her, not the same day, but at the same time of this cruise said, hey, I want to go on this cruise too. She said, well, I'm going and my travel agent is going to give me a free room if I can get 10 people to go. And so they were like, well, I want to go and I got 10 of my friends. I want to go too. What about me? Can I get a free room if I get 10 of my friends to go? So absolutely. So we started off cruising with Kiana. And on the next slide, you'll see we're now cruising with Latoya, right? Kiana's slide was purple because purple is her favorite color. I'm personalizing. I'm making it attractive to my client. Latoya's favorite color is green. So now I've made her a flyer and she's excited. She's happy. She's getting her friends. She's ready to go. And then we have another person that comes up and they're like, I want to do it too. What about me? And now we're cruising with Markia, 10 cabins. So those first 6 cabins have now turned into 30 cabins, right? Now, let me show you guys something else. Doing this, 3 months, they're in the game. We've booked about 40 cabins now, okay, from these 3 ladies. Super excited, can't wait for their trip to come. And we're doing it with Norwegian, which I absolutely love. Now, this is how you personalize something and grow your business within your business. How you can turn something small into something big. But just think about it. You have 40 cabins that are being booked now. Your phone's ringing off the hook. You live on different sides of the world. These ladies live in Detroit. I live in California. So when they're calling me at 8 in the morning, it's 5 in the morning here in California, right? So if I don't ever answer the phone when they call, they're going to be upset. They're going to think, well, where is this lady at? Why isn't she answering the phone? Is this real? Is this fake? Does she have my money? What's going on, right? So automating the business definitely kept it professional and made no excuses, right? It took all the excuses off the table because I'm able to help them. Well, 4 months later, Kiana's auntie was like, well, Kiana, you know, it's my birthday too. I'm turning 70. I want to go. So now, you guys, we're cruising with Aunt Gwen. We got 4 individual trips inside of one booking, right? Norwegian Cruise Line loves me after this trip. Best part about it is I didn't have to do anything extra. I just had to keep changing the color on the flyer, changing the name, and adding a different picture. And that's it. You guys see how keeping things simple can definitely help the business, right? It can definitely give you exactly what you need. We didn't complicate it. We just made it, we individualized it a little bit, and we made it specific to them. So now Gwen is showing her flyer. So I'm gonna bring my kids, my grandkids, my cousins. Okay, Latoya is showing everybody. Kiana's showing everybody. They're excited. They can't wait. Now they're in a competition trying to see who gets the most rooms, right? And I'm sitting back, and guess what I'm doing? Being the professional travel agent I am and collecting money. I love it, love it, love it. Now here's the cool part. With Norwegian, right? They give you, yeah, somebody just said it in the chat box. They give you 5 rooms and you get a free one. Am I the travel agent or are they the travel agent? Do I make the rules or do they make the rules? I didn't say Norwegian was going to give you a free room after 10 cabins. I said Tony is going to give you a free room after 10 cabins, okay? And the reason why is this, you guys. Let's say they go for the bare minimum. I tell them 5 rooms and then somebody cancels. They're 4. They're all, you know, irritated. Oh man, I thought I was going to get a room now. You know, they're disappointed and all that stuff. If I tell them 10 and somebody canceled, they still get their free room. If I tell them 10 and 2 people cancels, there's still that cushion. But you know, the way free rooms work, for those of you who book group travel, you or group cruises, you know, it's going to be the average of the cheapest room that's booked. So let's say Latoya, let's say Auntie Gwen gets a balcony and she's like, I got 10 rooms, my balcony is free. And I have to come back and say, well, Auntie Gwen, the balcony isn't free. We're only going to give you the amount that goes with the inside cabin because you have more inside cabins. She's going to think, I just made it up. I'm keeping her money. I don't want to give her room. What is she doing, right? But if I tell her it's 10 rooms and now I have 2 inside cabins for free, I can still cover Auntie Gwen's balcony and she's still happy, right? So the bottom line is I want to make sure my clients are happy. I'm not greedy. They're going to come back. They did all my work and now I got 50 cabins. Why wouldn't I give them a free room, right? Every 5, you get a free one. So it just makes sense, you guys. Now, another thing too is, let's see, if you look at the next slide, now remember, this has been recorded already, you guys. Gathering your information and centralizing. And I know you heard this already partially on Sunday. So I don't want to get all into extra. I just want to make sure I answer some of the questions that I received. So gather your information and centralize. Makes it easier for your clients and everything. Your phone doesn't ring as much and you know, you get everything you need done. I've set it up with them to where they can text me to make other payments. We have our stuff on file. Everything is working out good. So, you know, people, when they are ready to do what they need to do, they can just do it. And it looks seamless, you know, very professional. No matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, I can still take care of my clients, okay? So if you give people the tools and they use them, That's important. If people don't use the tools, it doesn't even matter if you gave them to them, right? So if it's like, I want to go build a house and you have a tool shed full of hammers and nails and everything you need to build a house, but you decide, nah, I'm not going to go to the tool shed. I'm just going to build the house with my hands. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just use the tools if they give you the tools, right? If you give people tools and they use their natural ability and their curiosity, they will develop things in ways that will surprise you very much beyond what you have expected. Everybody uses different things in their own special way. There are different ways, right? How you use a tool might be different than how somebody else uses a tool. But the fact of the matter is, you all have these tools at your fingertips. So the tools that I'm going to give you today on the next slide, the tools that I'm going to give you today, you can use them at your leisure, however you see fit. Just because I use the tools to do, bookings for whatever, you might find another ingenious way to put something together with the exact same tool that I never even thought of. We're different people. You might think of something I didn't think. So that's why we're helping each other do different things. I'm just giving you guys my ideas and you can grow on them 100%. Okay. So the next slide talks about personalizing and simplifying. This is it, you guys. Everybody loves seeing their name, right? You see your name on certificates. Who wouldn't want to? Hello? Did I block? I muted myself for a second. How long was I muted? I don't know. Okay, yeah. So you want to see your name, right? Does anybody here not love seeing their name or hearing their name when you walk across that stage and they say, please welcome platinum consultant Crystal Jordan to the stage? That sounds good. You want to hear your name. Or when you're on that, call and David saying, okay, our top booker for this month is Deidre Driscoll. Oh yes, he said my name. Did you hear him say my name? Or you hear somebody say, our number one booker for the entire 2018 is Patrice Abels Vance. Oh my goodness, they said my name. People love seeing their name, right? Imagine getting married and your wife says, I don't want your name. I'm going to keep my own name. You might say, okay, but you're going to feel some kind of way. Like, you're mine. You should have my name. Having your name attached to certain things makes you feel good about that particular situation and that thing, you guys. Okay. Yeah. Or they scream your name. Yes, Kiki. Anybody screaming my name, unless they're screaming at me, is a good thing. But if they're screaming for me, I love it. Yes, don't scream at me. Scream for me, okay? Period. So, now that is evident with my customers. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I booked this trip, right? Let me tell you guys something so simple. So little, small, and simple that has changed the game tremendously, that made them feel like, oh my goodness, I have the best travel agent ever. She is really, taking on this job for us. She's making us feel like we are her only clients ever. She's doing everything she can to personalize this trip. So simple. Spending a little can result in a lot. This next slide shows you how $1 changed the game. Okay, change the game completely. What I did was so simple. It just bought a domain name. I know Deidre was like, you got so many domain names, girl. I got something you could do. It'd be better. Now, I use GoDaddy. You can use any kind of system service. I don't work for GoDaddy. GoDaddy don't pay me. I get no residuals. But let me tell you, like I told you guys before, I'm so tech unsavvy. When I get something under my belt, I just kind of stay there, okay? Because I gotta just make it happen however. But you can get domain names from anywhere. I use GoDaddy because it's easy for me. But the 99 cents, and of course that's the introductory price or whatever. But when you do it, oh, Deidre says I do work for GoDaddy. When you do it, it makes a difference. So they're turning 40, right? They're all turning 40. All the ladies are turning 40, which is super cool. So it's their 40-40 cruise, right? So I made them a 4040.club is what it's called. So I took the number 40.club, and that's their domain name. And I did both ways just in case. So if they make a mistake, guess what? They're still going to get to their site. So if they forget to put the number first or the letters first or whatever, it's still their site. Super cool, because when they click on that site, It's going to take them to a system that's going to collect all of their information. It's going to automate the entire thing. So listen, that 99 cents was the best dollar I could have ever spent in my entire life, because it has saved me time. It has saved me frustration. It has saved me everything, right? The next page shows you how this can automate the mundane. That 99 cents, you guys, a little went a whole lot. It went a long way. A little went a long way, right? Reducing the human error factors, because how many of you guys know that I can't see? You guys know I have, I'm a little eye challenged. Everybody know I'm a little sight challenged over here. I'm a little sight challenged, right? So now I don't have to worry about making mistakes, because they're going to put the information in themselves, right? It's going to free up my time. Think about it. You got 50 cabins. I have 50 cabins. Imagine 30 minutes times 50 cabins, you guys. That's a lot of time when they can go ahead and put that information in themselves, and I don't have to worry about it, right? It reduces and eliminates stress. It's stressful. Let's say you're ready to pay for your cabin, you're ready to give the information, and I'm on a plane somewhere, I'm on a flight, I'm on a trip, I'm in front of the room training, I'm doing something, and you can't get me on the phone. They're going to be stressed out. They're going to say, you know what? I can't get that travel agent on the phone for nothing in the world. I'm just going to go ahead and book it myself. I don't have time for it. It's stressing me out. You don't ever want to stress out your clients. You want them to fall in love with their travel and spirit experience. You want them to fall in love with the travel experience even before they've experienced the travel. Somebody write that down. Ooh, I'm a poet and I know it. You want them to fall in love with the travel experience even before they've experienced the travel. That is your goal as a travel agent. That's how you become the difference, by having your clients fall in love with the travel experience even before they've experienced the travel. Y'all know I'm about to put that on the video somewhere. I promise you, I'm writing it down right here. I'm writing it down. Tony Ward has made another one of her raw quotes. Yes, yes. So you don't want them to have any stress, okay? You want them to have VIP treatment. You want to make the job easier. You want to make sure they have first class service, okay? So listen, you guys, this next slide is what happens when you go to 4040.club. Do it. Go on your phone. Go on your laptop. Look it up. Go to 4040.club. This is what you're going to see. This is how I collect information for this particular trip, okay? 4040.club. This is what you get. And when you get this information, it's going to log it all. It's going to make an Excel sheet. This is Jotform, jotform.com. For those of you trying to figure it out, I know I've gotten a whole bunch of questions. Jotform.com. That's what it is. JOT form.com. You can put this information in here and it gathers it for you. You can even put now the credit card part. I'm going to check with them and find out exactly how they want to do that, because they're removing people. But for me, I'm able to use it, and I use it as credit card authorization form, because they have to authorize everything, okay? So let's go 2 screens down, because this is all not only good for a group trip, this is also good for individuals. Let's go to the next one so I can show you this right here. Let's say you're in a grocery store. Let's say you're in the elevator. You're at your son's school. You're at church. You're somewhere where you only have a couple of minutes of talk time. You see somebody, the lady at the grocery store is ringing you up, and you're like, ooh, you look like you need a vacation. And she's like, oh my goodness, I do need a vacation. You know, I got vacation time in about 4 months. I can't wait to go. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm a travel agent. Let me help you figure out your vacation. Oh, wow. Okay. And then you say, go to my site, vacationquote.info. Guess what that is? That's another 99-cent GoDaddy domain attached to a jot form. If you don't write down anything else, write down GoDaddy domain and jot form. That is going to help your life tremendously to get everything organized so that you can collect information and get what you need from your clients so that you can give what you want back to your clients, okay? So this form right here, you guys, is a godsend, and I'm gonna tell you why. It collects every single thing you need from your customer. It helps you qualify your client. It asks them all the pertinent information so that you have every single thing. Now, this is what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna actually call Jotform and have them make this form as a template so that you guys can have it. Anybody who goes in there to Jotform to get it, I'm going to name it something. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet, but once I figure out what I'm going to name it, I'll let you know so that you can go on Jotform, get this template, and personalize it to you. Change it to your color or whatever. If you look here, it says, how did you hear about us? Down the how did you hear about us portion of it, it's a little drop down menu. Now for mine, because you guys know me and Fred are attached at the hip. That's my PIC, partner in crime, partner in a climb. We work together. So when you go open this drop down menu, so if you go to vacationquote.info, you can see it right there. Go ahead, go there, look at it. Vacationquote.info. It's going to say, how did you hear about us? Did you hear about us from social media? Did you hear about us from the billboard? Did you hear about us from Fred Howe? Did you hear about us from Tony Ward? This is perfect because if you're a new agent and you have your sponsor helping you, or you have a mentor helping you, or you have somebody helping you, you can actually attach them to this form. So whenever you get a quote, it's going to be emailed to you, and it's also going to be emailed to your person that you're working with. So you guys both get it simultaneously, and they can help you book the travel and get the information back to your client in a timely fashion. Okay, they can guide you for your first 10 or 15 trips or whatever, and they can see what's going on. Whenever I get a new person in my business, I make them this form, and I always attach my email address along with their email address. So when they get a quote request, I get an email, and I can call them and say, hey, Monica, saw you got a quote request. Do you need help with this? Is everything good? What do you need? So I can make sure I'm supporting my team. This is important, and it's a fabulous way to help your team, you know. And then you see they got a quote, you're like, okay, cool, congratulations, so happy that you got this quote, let me help you get it done. And guess what, on the flip side of that, you get an email and the person you just brought into the business got a quote for 50 people going to Ireland. You're like, oh my God, my 10% is going to be so good. Let me make sure she gets this quote done. Hello, are you guys listening? I hope you're listening, because it goes both ways, okay? So this is an excellent way for you guys to gather information for yourself. And then it also asks, there's a question on here on the next page. It says, oh shoot, I'm hitting buttons I ain't got no business hitting. The next page tells you what is the budget per person, right? So you know if your client is crazy or not. Sometimes they'll say, well, I want to go to Africa. I want to stay for a week and I got $100 per person. Can you find me one of those good old cheap trips? You said you got cheap trips. Can you give me a cheap trip? You can look at that and know, okay, this person's crazy. I don't have time for this quote. I'm not doing it, right? So this definitely will help you to gauge what type of accommodations they want. It adds what type, you know, whatever. So it helps you. It also gives you all the information you need. Now, here's the one part I love the most. And I tell you guys, at the end of the quote form, every quote form, it says it. On the next page, it says, are you interested in becoming a travel agent? If you look at the next slide, it's super simple. Right at the bottom, are you interested in becoming a travel agent? Yes or no, right? They can say yes, they can say no, and no won't kill you, and a yes might heal you. They might say, yes, I am. They want to book this trip. Yeah, you know what? This seems super cool. Yeah, I'm interested in becoming a travel agent. So guess what? If I see that yes, what I would do is I would go ahead, give them their quote. And then as I'm talking to them about the business, I say, okay, so you wanted to go on this trip, this cruise right here. I went ahead and booked it. It took me about 20 minutes. I'm going to make $250. Just if this is something you want to do, that would be your commission. So I'm going to go ahead and book this one for you. But you know, if this is something you want to do, this will be the kind of commission you're going to get. Documentation beats conversation all day long. I can tell somebody all day what you would make, how you could make, you know, but I'm showing you this is what is that exactly going to happen. These are the real live numbers. This is the real commission I'm going to make when I book your trip. Okay, so, oh, you do want to become an agent. Cool. Well, since you're going to become an agent, I'm gonna go ahead and book this trip. Let's use this as a training for you, and let's split the commission half and half. I'll give you half, and I'll keep half because I'm training you. How about that for your first cruise? Does that sound good? Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and split this commission, and now you know what to do, right? Super cool to be able to do that. You guys, you got to be creative. Remember that, creative. So what we learned today, and the next slide is going to show you, when you're working really hard and getting no sleep, it's because you're doing everything. You're advertising yourself. You're gathering all the information yourself, and you're processing the payments, and you're doing every single thing. But now that you've learned about these resources today, you're now able to make money while you sleep. You can actually set it up so your client advertises for themselves, right? Either your client's advertising for themselves, or you've gotten it so that you're on Facebook and it's doing its own little thing. And then the form is gathering the information for you. So you're not sitting there gathering that information. The form is gathering it. And all you're doing is processing payments, right? So think about it, you guys. Let's do some real life numbers. 50 cabins for the cruise I'm doing, right? The commission average for each cabin is about $2.99. So let's say $300 per cabin. 50 cabins at $300. How many of you guys are good at math? How much is that commission? 50 cabins for $300. How much is that commission before they take their 20%? That's $15,000. Exactly, $15,000 because I made a form and spent 99 cents. Come on, you guys. For $30 to get started? Really? When you figure out exactly what this business has to offer and how you can maximize the money in here, it's a no-brainer all day long. And all you need is one customer. Know how to book it. So that Advantage Direct assignment on your bingo is a lot bigger than you think it is. That Advantage Direct assignment on that bingo can lead to something like this. Okay, so make sure when you're doing those bingo squares, you're not just doing those bingo squares to get the prizes that are set in place right now. You want to make sure you're completing those bingo squares to get the prizes that's going to last forever and ever and ever, because they're all strategically put in there so that you can win long term. Yes, short term, there are cruises. Somebody said, what are the other prizes? We have $50 flight certificates that 100 people are going to get. We have $100 off of convention that people are going to get. We have a set of luggage somebody's going to get. We have luggage tags people are going to get. The prizes are humongous right now, short term. But the long-term prizes, that stuff you guys learned on Nikki Lee Live today, it's going to keep your business floating forever. Yes, the bingo is fun. Yes, everybody wants to win. But don't you want to win residually? I think so. Yeah, I want to win now. That's linear income. That's like going to work. You work 9 to 5, you get that one check. You win bingo, you get that one prize. But if you actually participate in bingo, you're going to get prizes for the rest of your travel agent life. Okay? So, using tools that you have can be the difference between commas and zeros. Okay? Use your tools to create the experience your clients will dream about. You have to ask yourself, how many commas and zeros do you want, right? What do you want? You got to ask yourself, am I making them fall in love with the travel experience even before they've experienced the travel? Because that's your job as a travel agent, because you want them to come back, you guys. I hope I've answered all your bingo questions. I know we went a little bit over, but we did a whole lot of stuff tonight. My voice is gone. It's crazy, right? I'm going to go to Starbucks and get me some tea. But you guys, I hope you got a lot of information. I'll make sure that recording is out. I saw somebody ask me for these slides. I don't know what you're going to do with them. What you going to do with my slides? I don't know what you're going to do with my slides. But I'll, if you want to look at them or whatever, inbox me, because I don't remember who said it. Levi said, I'm not worried about the prizes more. I need knowledge, then celebrate pop-up. Exactly. There we go, Levi's. Exactly. Okay, you guys, when we know the prizes after Monday. No, I'm gonna put the prizes out there tomorrow or so. You know what? You have to remember, you guys, it's only one of me. I wish there were more of me. I tried to hire 2 assistants. It didn't work out. So it's just me. And that's why I tell everybody, I love to hold everybody's hand. There's 7,000 people, more than 7,000. Let's use 7,000 because it's an easy math number. So if you got 7,000 people, you got 14,000 hands, unless somebody got 1 arm. But let's say everybody got 2 arms, right? So everybody got 2 arms, and we got 14,000 hands. How can I possibly hold all 14,000 hands? But the good part about it is you have a right hand and a left hand, and sometimes you got to hold your own hand and get yourself over these humps, you know? Before you look to ask a question, see if you can find the answer. It's like, okay, well, I got a question, but wait a minute. Did I read that email? I got a question, but wait a minute. Did I listen to that video Tony sent? Let me listen to the video. Maybe the answer's in that video. Maybe the answer's in that email. Because it takes a lot to put those emails together and send them out. I send those emails out to 8,164 people every time I send them. So it could be a little disheartening sometimes when I send an email out to 8,164 people and then I get a question in my inbox that was answered in the email. Y'all get it? It's like, really? Well, maybe I shouldn't have just even sent the email. So make sure if at some point you are holding your own hand and you're using the tools and the resources you have. You guys are all capable. You are so smart. I know for a fact that you guys are super smart because you're all Evolution Travel agents. And if you weren't, then you wouldn't have never decided to join this business, because this shows me right now that you know what you're doing. You're very intelligent. So I know you can do it 100%. So if you need me, I am here. You guys, I hope you got something out of this overview tonight. I will make sure that you have the recording so that you can look at it, go over it back and forth or whatever, okay? Thank you for enjoying or enduring my craziness. I appreciate that. Somebody says, if anybody took notes, please have a copy sent to my email. Okay. Well, this was recorded. It's just a rough overview, but if you guys want this recording too? Do you want this recording? Do you want it? Anybody want this recording? Oh, wow, this is a whole lot. Okay, well, I'll make sure you guys get this recording too. The locker room version of, okay, Tony with the raspy voice recording. Okay, you guys, I'll see you at the bank and at the beach. I love you to pieces. Can't wait to see you. Next week, we'll be joined by my PIC next Tuesday. So make sure you log on here right away. Be early, because I got a special prize for you guys. Bingo will be over tomorrow, but we'll also, since we have bingo, that's why we didn't give out the prizes for the winners for week 1 through 6, because there are 6 of you who are going to be very excited about the prizes you get on next Tuesday. But you got to be here in order to receive those prizes. Okay, you guys? Somebody said, is there a code for this? Yes, there is a code for this. It's called You Win. No, there's no code for this. This was just to tell you guys how to answer your questions, get all your information. Make sure you do your homework and catch up with us, the 12-week series. Okay, you guys? All right. I will talk to you later, you guys. I'll see you at the bank and at the beach. Bye, everybody.